A party of devotees from South India visited the north for blessings of their guru. They informed the Swami that they were on a pilgrimage and they had visited Varanasi before coming to the ashram. The Swami asked, "What thing have you renounced?" For it is the custom of devotees who have the blessings of Lord Varanasi to give up a thing of their choice for life. This tradition aims at developing willpower and self-control in the devotees. To the Swamiji's question, they replied, "We have given up ginger and oranges." "You will not take them hereafter in this life?" inquired the Swami. They said, "No, we would never have them again." Swami replied, "There is no use giving up ginger and oranges. Take them occasionally when you get them. But give up anger, selfishness, egoism, jealousy. Give up uttering angry words. Give up uttering lies." They all agreed to do this. Then Swami continued, "Giving up anger completely is very difficult. So at least reduce anger. Do plenty of japa, meditation, and study of the Holy Scriptures. A growing yogi or an aspirant who meditates regularly has a magnetic and charming personality. Those who come in contact with him are much influenced by his sweet voice, powerful speech, lustrous eyes, brilliant complexion, strong, healthy body, good behaviour, virtuous qualities, and divine nature. People derive joy, peace, and strength from him. They are inspired by his speech and get elevation of mind by mere contact with him. If the magnet is more powerful, it will influence the iron fillings, even when they are placed at a long distance. Even so, if a yogi is an advanced person, he will have greater influence over the persons with whom he comes in contact. He can exert his influence on persons even when they are thousands of miles away. Through their spiritual vibrations and magnetic aura, the unknown real yogis help the world more than the yogis of the platform. Preaching from the pulpits and the platforms belong to men of second-grade spirituality, who have no knowledge and never put to use the supernormal faculties and powers latent in them. Great adepts and mahatmas transmit their message through telepathy to deserving aspirants in different corners of the world. Means of communication that are supernormal to us are quite normal to a yogi. Vedanta illumines, ennobles, elevates, and enlightens us with its great formula, Tat Tvam Asi. It imparts to us the message that in the law of our being, that supreme being pervades all this that is. The constituting essence and substance of our inmost being is the one divine reality that is at once immanent and transcendent. A feeling of oneness with every form of life, a sense of the unity of all existence, a desire to release the best of our energies in the dynamic service of others, can arise only from a firm grasp of the essential spiritual nature of ourselves and of those around us. When you see any person or object, think and feel that he or it is Atma or Narayana. By incessant practice of this, names and forms will vanish. Atma or Narayana will shine. The world idea will disappear. This practice demands strenuous and protracted effort. During the course of the practice, your old impressions will trouble you. Boldly you must fight against them. This spiritual practice will help you. You will transmute all objects into Atma. Think and feel that all actions are the actions of Atma. The idea of inferiority and the idea of menial service will disappear as you see Narayana, Atma, everywhere. Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. I am He, I am He, I am He. To realize the imperishable conscious spirit is the salvation of the individual, the endless beatitude. Such a realization is not given to all and sundry. It does not fall from the sky. The cost is very high, though it is open to all who are prepared for that. The price demanded is the very beloved self, the sacrifice of all that is near and dear. No tall talk, no tricks can help one to attain self-realization. It requires a conscious self-abandonment, an emptying of oneself into an utter zero, becoming totally non-existent, as it were, to become truly existent. Self-realization, or an experience of the omnipresent reality, must be preceded by a preparatory peeping into the inner regions of our depths, to the very meaning and source of all life, a burning love and consuming zest for the attainment of the divine, light and grace. Otherwise, one is sure to lose one's way in false paths and face defeat and disillusionment. Very few people realize that evil qualities like hatred, jealousy, anger, touchiness, and impatience are harmful to themselves rather than to those to whom they are directed. A fit of anger that lasts 10 minutes takes away more energy than would the working day or 2 days without food. Be serene. Look into the good qualities of others. You will hate none. Learn to admire others' achievements. Jealousy will disappear. As hatred, doubt, depression generate discord in the physical body, counteract them by entertaining cheerfulness, faith, serenity, and love, which will produce good, harmonious, healthy vibrations in the body. By reliance of God, eliminate fear, worry, and anxiety. Give up identifying with the body, identify with God. When a man identifies himself with his body, his senses, and his mind, he falls into the realm of relativity and is subject to the experience of pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow, gain and loss. It is only through the egotistic consciousness that all the mental cares, dangers, and the ever-increasing actions of life arise. There is no greater enemy than egoism. So long as this is present, it continues to engender in man desires, and desires are the wombs of all suffering. In men of egotistic consciousness, anger, argumentative nature, arrogance takes a full hold and makes impossible the birth of divine love. Always remember that there are two forces in man, one leading him upward and the other leading him downwards to impurity and ignorance. Ignorant persons perform different karmas with various motives or desires and reap the respective results thereof. But the wise ones do not perform egotistic actions and are free from taint. Ignorance destroys discrimination in man. It makes him forget his duties of attaining self-realization or Brahma knowledge. There is no other vessel on earth to cross the ocean of samsara than mastery over the lower instinctive mind. The impure mind is no other than the subtle desires that generate countless births. The tendency to think of sense objects is indeed the cause of all bondage. Liberation means nothing but the destruction of the impure mind. The mind becomes pure when the desires are annihilated. If you have purity of mind, you will remember God. If you always remember God, the knots of the heart, ignorance, desire, and action will be rent asunder, and you will attain liberation. This world is a great school. It is for thy education. Be wise. Live in the spirit of yoga. Utilize all opportunities to the best possible advantage. There is no such thing as bad. Your willpower will develop you, help you to receive more divine light, knowledge, purity, peace, and spiritual strength. Open your eyes now. Wake up from this deep slumber of ignorance. Regain your lost divinity. You are divine. Thou art one with God. Realize this and be free. Divine thou art, divine by nature, divine according to God's plan, divinity meant for the uplift of man. And all the darkness in which man dwells, leading him through life's varied hills. Through the body being, the sense being, the mind being, man must travel, life's frictions and dramas to unravel, to experience that divinity meant for the uplift of man. Oh Lord, Lord, how much further must man fall before he will thy name recall, before he will behold thee in all, before he will come to know that he has found no happiness in life's empty labours. Oh Lord, Lord, when will man slay the ego and in complete surrender bow before that divinity meant for the uplift of all? Thou art divine, thou art one with God. Realize this and be free. The wheel of samsara can only be stopped by God realization. There is no other way. You will have to do this either in this birth or after 1,000 births. Why not earlier, right now, this very second, and save some of the hurts and pains? Why do you prolong it when you know it for certain that God realization alone can put an end to human sufferings and miseries? And so, my dear chillers, if you really want liberation, if you really want to be freed from the pains and sufferings, put into practice all the instructions embodied in this very tape. One day, I was wondering why I had been freed from sufferings in my life. I saw so much sufferings with other people, and yet my life had always been a case of looking at the world through rose-coloured glasses. And straight away, God gave me a chant. Faith was my salvation, faith was my great love, faith that God was with me and held the reins of love. And through that faith he led me on to heaven right here on earth, an illimitable realm of peace and love. He talked to me and soothed my aching heart, assuring me from his devotee he would never, never part. Through strife, chaos, darkness and turmoil, with a faith that never waned, give me strength, oh Lord, give me strength, was the call of my aching heart. He took my hand and led me on to heaven right here on earth, to God, God in his heaven right here on earth. And when God gave me this chant, I knew that this was true, because I remembered that I had started to talk to God when I was 18. He talked to me and soothed my aching heart, and this is how it was all through life. He talked to me and soothed my aching heart, assuring me from his devotee he would never, never part. Through strife, chaos, darkness and turmoil, with a faith that never waned, give me strength, oh Lord, give me strength, was the call of my aching heart. He took my hand and led me on to heaven right here on earth, to God, God in his heaven right here on earth. So make others truly happy as you strive to make yourself happy. Speak a helpful word, give a cheering smile, do a kind act, serve a little, render smooth a rough place in another's path. You'll feel great joy. Let not appearances deceive you. Pleasure and pain, gain and loss, life and death, good and evil are the obverse and reverse sides of the same coin. Evil cannot exist without good. Life without death, they are relative terms. Ignorant people want everlasting life in this world. Pleasure and pain, life and death are inseparably linked together. If you do not want pain and death, then give up sensual pleasures and existence in the physical limitations. And then you will be able to sing in all truth, faith was my salvation, faith was my great love, faith that God was with me and held the reins of love. and through that faith he led me on to heaven right here on earth, an illimitable realm of peace and love. He talked to me and soothed my aching heart, assuring me from his devotee he would never, never part. Through strife, chaos, darkness, and turmoil, with a faith that never waned, give me strength, O Lord, give me strength, was the call of my aching heart. He took my hand and led me on to heaven right here on earth, to God, God in his heaven right here on earth. When you do your sadhana regularly, when you are growing into God, there is no despair. God is all-pervading, all-permeating, all-interpenetrating essence. In him alone you can find eternal bliss, everlasting peace, and immortality. Therefore seek him, attain him, through purity, selfless service, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Sincere devotion and spotless purity are the two important qualifications of a thirsty aspirant. Without these two qualifications, you cannot attain God realization. You should look upon anything other than self-realization as worthless and useless. Bring divinity into life. Elevate life to divinity. This is true education. All other secular education is mere husk and straw. There is no greater error than spiritual pride. Moral and spiritual pride is more dangerous than the ordinary pride of wealth and power. In the Western world, we hear all around us the cry of the anguished human spirit that hungers and thirsts for God, but, like a willful child, is deaf to the tender whisper of the divine voice. We search for God in the wrong places, become slaves of sensation, alcohol, drugs, sexuality, material possessions, tossed on the waves of illusion, the pounding ocean of material objects, opposites, good and evil, joy and sorrow, while with vain hopes our faculties are tried. Philosophy teaches us that nothing satisfies our restless desires and cravings but the realization of our divine origin, our divine destination, our conscious oneness with God. Life that thrills through every atom of creation, life that permeates my being with bliss divine, life that led me on to my salvation, thy love and my devotion, beloved bliss divine, supreme abode, bliss divine, supreme abode, bliss divine, thou art that, bliss divine, worshipped and adored throughout creation, thou art that, bliss divine, the resurrection and salvation, thou art that, bliss divine. Come on, sing it with me. Life that thrills through every atom of creation, life that permeates my being with bliss divine, life that led me on to my salvation, thy love and my devotion, beloved bliss divine, supreme abode, bliss divine, supreme abode, bliss divine. Thou art that, bliss divine, worshipped and adored throughout creation, thou art that, bliss divine, the resurrection and salvation, thou art that, bliss divine. For as by man cometh death, even so by man cometh the resurrection. As those in Adam die, even so those in Christ are made alive. Life that thrills through every atom of creation, life that permeates my being with bliss divine, life that led me on to my salvation, thy love and my devotion, beloved bliss divine, supreme abode, bliss divine, supreme abode, bliss divine, thou art that, bliss divine, worshipped and adored throughout creation, thou art that, bliss divine, the resurrection and salvation, thou art that, bliss divine.